Hey there YouTube, I'm Trace, and today I want to make a video about respect and respecting your authentic self. I wanted to talk about this topic because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it's kind of funny because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers talking about respect lately. So it seems to be kind of something that's on all of our minds, and I'm sure it is anyway. You know, for everybody in some ways. We face a lot of, people not respecting us and wanting to use our gender pronouns or our new name and things like that. But I've faced disrespect in a lot of other aspects of my life as well. From things from people calling me childhood nicknames that they know I don't like, or, things like that, behaviors that they know are disrespectful to me. And even here recently, I had a situation where I felt disrespected by somebody that I really admired and respected and had really strong feelings for. So I can understand that's extremely hard. For example, for me, I had an ex contact me recently because they found out about my transition, and the way they approached it felt pretty disrespectful to me. And I've always kind of dealt with this in my life, and I've always been one of those people that's like, treat others the way you want to be treated, and that's how you'll be treated well back. And I've always been the type of person that I'm like, I'm really nice and I would never hurt anybody's feelings on purpose. And if my friends or, my family needs me, they call me and I'm there. But why am I not getting this back? Why am I not getting this in return? Why am I not getting this mutual respect? And my transition's been really cool because it's given me a lot of opportunity to reflect on myself. And I saw a really cool video. Chase's, if you haven't seen Chase Ross, I'm sure you have because he's awesome. But he did a video on your authentic self and how it connects to being transgender and transcends beyond being transgender. And, I think it really does. I think cis people can be disrespected, and cis people can even be, in being disrespected and allowing yourself to be disrespected, you don't feel like your authentic self, So, as I've been kind of reflecting personally and looking at, I can't control anybody else's behaviors. I can't make these people call me the proper pronouns. I can't make people treat me respectfully the way I treat them. What am I doing wrong? And after a lot of self-reflection and after some reading and checking out some people's really amazing YouTube channels, I've come to the personal decision that part of the reason that I'm disrespected by people is that I may give respect, but I don't demand it for myself. Does that make any sense? I give respect to other people, but when they disrespect me, I allow it and I absorb it, as opposed to loving and respecting myself the same way that I love and respect them enough to, if the exact same behavior was going on to them, if I was treating them poorly or somebody else was, and they came to me and they said, hey, this is happening, I would tell them, you don't deserve that. Why on earth would you let somebody treat you like that? But I'll let myself be treated that way. And in that way, the people around me are kind of becoming a mirror and reflecting to me how I'm letting the world behave towards me. Now there's certain things, obviously, some people are just rude and assholes, so you can only do what you can do. But kind of my idea and the way I approached it with this ex, she got a hold of me and was like, hey, I heard about your going through this transition, and my mind is blown. I can't imagine that you would ever do anything like that. And that hurts me too, because it makes me feel like, do you even know me? And then it occurred to me, she knows me. Everybody that I've come out to, I've been out about 7-8 months now. They all know me. When they think about who I really am, it's not a shocker. What's the initial shocker is I don't fit in the box they had originally put me in anymore. The category they had categorized me in their brain, I no longer fit in that box. So they've got to readjust their box. It's not, you know, they can look back and see, I've always been male. And once they actually start thinking it through, that's the conclusion they come to as well. But the initial I don't get this, whatever, that's on them. That's because of the constraints that they have put on who you are in their mind. That doesn't mean you have to live to those, right? So when she approached me and she was like, oh, I heard about this, my mind's blown and da-da-da. Then her next statement was, but I still want nothing to do with you. I don't want to be a part of your life. I don't want to be a part of your transition. I'm going to keep doing my own thing. I just got kind of curious when I heard about this shit. Cool, right? The next thing was asking me if I was single, but made it expressly clear, I'm not asking for me at all in any way. I'm madly in love with my new girlfriend, and proceeded to tell me about that. And we shouldn't even be texting or talking right now out of respect for the new girlfriend. So my response was and I mean, this has happened before. And before, like I said, I absorb it. And before I would just, I'll talk to you as long as I can kind of thing, and kind of get as much out of this as I can. So we would be texting for hours until the morning. And then, at 3 in the morning, it was okay, peace out. It's going to be another year before I talk to you again because, I don't feel like we should speak or be friends or have anything to do with each other. Cool. So, my response was so, basically, so you don't want to be friends, you don't want to communicate, this is pretty much it. And I got back, yeah, this is pretty much it. And then she proceeded to tell me all about how what she's been up to. And I asked, about her health and how she's doing, and she asked those things about me too. But then she's just telling me all of the great things happening in her life. And my response was just simply, this has been a really nice conversation. It was really nice to be able to update you on what's going on with my life. But that being said, if we're not going to proceed from here as friends and continue to talk, we should probably just stop talking right now. And that's where I drew the line for my self-respect. And part of me has been proud of myself for it. And it did. We cut the conversation right there. It was very nice talking to you. If something changes and you do care to be a regular part of my life, let me know. But until then, I don't really care to be a spectacle for curiosity. And my YouTube channel, I don't feel is to be a spectacle for people's curiosity. I want to document this for myself, and if anybody else is going through similar things, maybe I'll help them. What's helped me is watching your guys' videos. So, maybe I could do the same for somebody just seeing something from a different perspective. I was talking to my sister earlier today, and I told her, sometimes the smallest solution can make such a huge impact, but until somebody points out that simple solution, it just doesn't happen. Anyway, so I just cut the conversation off there. I was polite and said, it was nice talking to you, but I'm gonna go. And like I said, I've been proud of myself for doing that, but there was still a sting. So there's been a little working all that out in my head since then. But then I saw, like I said, I saw some of the other guys' videos on YouTube. I saw kind of a few other people talking about respect and how it relates to your authentic self. And to me, that's part of how respect relates to my authentic self. I guess it technically, in that situation, does relate to me being trans, but I didn't necessarily feel, like I said, she disrespected me in that way before. It wasn't necessarily, the trans thing was just a topic of conversation to bring up with me so she could disrespect me, if that makes any sense. Like I said, it had happened previous, before I'd ever come out as transgender. So in that way, I feel like being authentic to myself goes far beyond my gender identity. My gender identity is definitely finding that piece of me has definitely been a really great defining moment, I guess. But I suppose I'm striving to kind of, okay, now what from here? If that makes any sense. So, yeah, I guess I just thought I would share that story and see if it helped anybody else, and so that's kind of my take on being respectful. And I'm hoping that I kind of felt like, I told one of my friends, it felt like, I'd gone and exercised. I was tired and sore and stuff afterwards, and maybe some little respect muscles will start growing. But anyway, be good to each other and everybody take care.